Hello, it's good. Happy Friday. We made it through the week. Almost. It's not Saturday, but it is Friday, so that's good. Gloomy here in southwest Michigan, and that's okay. We're used to it. Happens all the time. So, what I'm going to go over today, there's a pharmaceutical data dump that I wanted to point out. It's on the jab, and it has to do with the primate pox, or whatever you want to call it, and it's rebranded the COVID injection activated shingles based on a PCR that is not designed to diagnose the disease. This is taken right from the 8 pages of potential side effects from the first pharmaceutical FOIA data dump. Nice, huh? So that's where it's coming from. We live and we learn, huh? I just thought it might be important. They're going to do what they want to do, and in my opinion, it looks like it's kind of going towards the end. I did have a list of all the ones that they were going to go through, but misplaced it. Okay, what I think we need to do something positive, because this week's it's been good news, because a lot of people have been arrested or have resigned. Some have passed away. And so, I just thought, well, today, Friday, let's do something good. Okay, so I'm going to talk about Gesara. Most of you probably already know. Maybe not. Okay. Gesara implements the following changes. Number 1, it zeroes out all credit card, mortgage, and other bank debt due to illegal banking and government activities. This is the Federal Reserve's worst nightmare. A jubilee, or forgiveness of debt. 2, abolishes the income tax. Yay. Abolishes the IRS. Now, the employees of the IRS will be transferred into the U.S. Treasury National Sales Tax area. I guess we'll learn about that. I think it's a really good idea. I really do. I got so sick of them taking out money before we even got our check. It's like, oh, okay, well, that's money I'll never see again. Number 4, it does create a 14% flat rate, non-essential, new items only sales tax revenue for the government. In other words, food and medicine will not be taxed, nor will used items such as old homes. So if you buy a new home with all new materials, no one's ever been there or lived in there before, you get taxed. If you buy a used home, you do not. I guess same for the car. Wouldn't that be nice? No license? Cool. Increases benefits to senior citizens. It's a good one. We need it. Wouldn't that, after all we put in? Oh well. Number 6, returns constitutional law to all courts and legal matters. Number 7, reinstates the original title of nobility amendment. Hundreds of thousands of Americans under the control of foreign powers will lose their citizenship, be deported to other countries, and barred from re-entry for the remainder of their life. And millions of people will soon discover their college degrees are now worthless paper. Unfortunately. Yeah, well, way it goes. It worked for us for a while. The debt was unbelievable. It costs a lot of money to go to college. Imagine the doctors and the lawyers. Yep. Number 8, it establishes new presidential and congregational elections within 120 days after Gesara's announcement. The interim government will cancel all national emergencies and return us back to constitutional law. All right, that's probably one of the better things that we have done. That will hopefully, I'm hoping it takes care of all this fraud and fakeness and these people lying just to get into office and so on and so forth. It really gets old after a while. It really does. And it's not helping anyone but them. We don't benefit from it. We write our congressmen and everything, and not much happens to help us. It monitors elections and prevents illegal election activities of special interest groups. So that means people can't pay all these politicians to get in. The ones they want, they just pour money to them. And finally, that will be over. You know, you kind of always went into it, well, it's already decided now. You know, that's kind of the way. And I'll tell you why. When I was moving from Indiana to Michigan, it was right during a voting time. And so I had to do like an absentee ballot for Indiana because I was in Michigan at the time. The results were made before I even got to Indiana to take my paper. Can you believe it? To take my vote in. It's like, why do I vote? What's the point? And then that same year, there was a lot of soldiers overseas that hadn't even had all theirs turned in. Vote was already decided. It's like, wait a minute. It's too early. They can't do that. And I got there in time. I didn't want to put it in a day early, so I took that day and drove back to Indiana. So anyway, that's kind of out the window now, so that's good. And it monitors elections, and that's even better. Okay. Number 10, it creates a new U.S. Treasury, a rainbow currency. It's backed by gold, silver, and platinum precious metals, ending the bankruptcy of the United States initiated by Franklin Roosevelt in 1933, people. In 1933. Gosh, my mom would have been a year old when all that went on. Can you imagine? She's passed now, but she would have been over 90. You know, that's a long time ago. Yeah, not good, Roosevelt, not good. But it's ending all that, and I'm glad that was included. I really am. Now we're all back. We found the gold. Things are up and up. Okay, number 11, it forbids the sale of American birth certificate records as chattel property bonds by the U.S. Department of Transportation. Yeah, that one really irked me. Do you know, every time they put the little footprints on those little pieces of paper, you just think it's for us, to have forever. They were making money off of them. Isn't that disgusting? They were making money off of the footprints of my kids, the footprints of me. It's terrible. So now they can't sell the American birth certificate records. Thank goodness. Number 12, initiates new U.S. Treasury bank system in alignment with constitutional law. It's about time, isn't it? So the Treasury is not what we know of it now. It has changed and will go under and in alignment with the constitutional law, and that's fantastic. It eliminates number 13, it eliminates the Federal Reserve System. During the transition period, the Federal Reserve will be allowed to operate side by side of the U.S. Treasury for 1 year in order to remove all Federal Reserve notes from the money supply. Yay. Number 14. Anybody know it? Come on, somebody's got to know it out there. It restores financial privacy. Finally, they won't know everything we're doing. We are in charge of our own money. And it retrains all judges and attorneys to constitutional law. Yeah, so now they can't get paid off by special interest groups, right? 16, seizes all aggressive U.S. government military actions worldwide. So that establishes number 17, which is peace throughout the world. World peace. Gosh, and you won't have to be one of those beauty gals standing up there, and I want world peace. Well, right here it is. 18, it releases enormous sums of money for what else say? I can say it any other time. Humanitarian purposes. Okay, let me redo this one. Number 18, it releases enormous, huge amounts of money for humanitarian purposes. Yay, rah. So everyone will have running water. Everyone will have food. They'll have a roof over their head. There is a woods right next to my apartment complex. And you would not believe all the people that live in there because they've lost their homes. So they live in the woods. They booted them out once or twice and they moved back. There wasn't anywhere to live. Number 19, it enables the release of over 6,000 patents of suppressed technologies that are being withheld from the public under the guise of national security. Well, yeah, so that pharmaceuticals can make all their money and put stuff in it and make us sick. Okay, and they are being withheld from the public under the guise of national security, including free energy devices, anti-gravity, and sonic healing machines. Thank goodness. You know, my dad was in an accident, locked him paraplegic. And I'll tell you what, I would have given anything for him to be able to walk again, because he was a go-getter. He loved life. He was always doing something, working out. He extended our garage so he'd have a workshop, and he was always doing something, and it just tore him apart. I mean, he didn't act like it did. He acted like, I'll cope with this too. But he was in an enormous amount of pain. And he was in what was called a tri-wheeler. It's like those little three-wheeler things that they got now at the grocery without the basket. I would have given anything for my dad not have to go through that, to be able to fix him. And he could have been. I could have been. I was sick all my life. I could have been. But no, they can't let the public know. Then there's this statement here that brings out something quite important. It says, because President Clinton's clone had no interest in signing Gesara into law on October 10th, 2000, under orders from U.S. military generals, the elite Naval SEALs and Delta Force stormed the White House and under gunpoint forced Bill Clinton to sign Gesara. During this time, the Secret Service and White House security personnel were ordered to stand down, disarmed, and allowed to witness this event under a gag order. He signed Gesara under gunpoint. Our president at the time. Yeah. So then, of course, we all know the story when everything else was said and done, and then the Twin Towers, and it was their plan to do stuff. So, another tidbit I got here real quick. The UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres or something like that. Global hunger levels have reached a new high. In just 2 years, the number of people suffering from food shortages has doubled from 135 million to 276 million today. This was in one of the news things several days ago, so I'm sure it's higher than that right now. And then there's a quote by Henry Kissinger that I topped this one off with that says, Who controls the food supply controls the people. Who controls the energy can control whole continents. Henry Kissinger. Yeah, well, they had it figured out back then. That was like in the 70s, wasn't it? I remember my dad and my mom talking about Kissinger. They didn't care for him, from what I can remember. So, gonna wrap it up because it's Friday. I got a couple things I gotta go in for errands to do. So, make sure you share, you like, you subscribe. And just stay calm, but not to the point that you're lethargic and you don't want to do anything. We need help. We need more people doing a lot more things, okay? We need to get the word out. We need to get the word out. Share. Okay? That's what we've got to do. We have got to share. We got to keep opening up those eyes of the people that are not awake. The ones that think we're nuts, we're not. They're missing out. They're going to be shocked, and it's going to be up to us to get them calmed down and help them through this. And I'm going to tell you something, that's going to be a job all of itself. Everybody's going to have questions. Where do I do this? Where do I do that? I can't get money at the bank. Why did I get a new card? My loans are paid off. What's going on? Do they shut them down? You know, there's going to be a lot of questions, and that's okay because we got the information. We're giving it to everybody else. So like so many of them have said, we are making progress, and we are. I think we really are. We're getting through some things. We've gotten Gesara and Gesara to look forward to. Now, Gesara is global from what I understand, so some places overseas have already gotten it. I can look it up. Just remember to be kind to your neighbor, be kind to your friend, you know, be kind to the person in front of you, in back of you, at the grocery. Just, it doesn't take but a minute to smile. A second? That was a second. I think it was. That was a second. I do that for my grandkids all the time when they're in a really gloomy mood, like it is gloomy outside. Keep your head on straight. Feel confident that we're going to get through this. Feel the confidence in you that you have helped just by watching this. You have helped by watching others, by reading the news online. The TV has fake news. Now, they are starting to turn just a little bit on one or two little subjects. So that's progress. and that's good. We're fighting evil, Satanism, bad stuff, real bad stuff. It's hard to fight, and if we don't win this time, we don't get it. We will be in a horrible place, but we're winning. God wins. The light wins. We are a big part of the light. I don't know. There's stuff on Interplanetary on all these channels and everything, and they're helping us. All those little things that you see in the sky, yeah, look up once in a while. Look up at night. Not all of them are stars, not the ones that move. You know, those aren't big bugs going up in there, so keep an eye out. And really do keep aware of your surroundings, because some of these people are not nice still. You know, I still deal with some of them. I'm worried about me. I didn't move here to make friends, and fortunately I did. And some of them were very helpful, and some of them just, keep their distance, and other ones I'm nice to and cordial to. How's that? Okay. Just remember, keep calm, but fight. We gotta fight to get through this. It's a rough road. Get the information. Share it. Share it. Hit like, hit everything, subscribe. Share, share, share. Get the word out. Even if people don't like it, okay. That's okay. But get the word out. Let them know. At least plant it in their head. At least let them know. Plant it in their head. That's not a very good thing to say right now, is it? Okay. Let them move it around in their head. Let them think about it for a while. And maybe they'll come around. I've had people come around and then not. So we just got to get the word out. The big saying is, where we go one, we go all. And we are. We, the people, are going to do this, and we're going to help each other, and we're going to have all these new laws and no taxes. I mean, all this money that we paid in taxes and land taxes, it was our land. And then I got taxed. It's like, wait a minute, that's not even fair. So we're getting that back. Yeah, we are. Not all in one lump probably, but we're getting it back, and that's something to celebrate. So let's have a good Friday. Have a great weekend. We the people, we can do this. We got it. Okay? All right. I'm out of here. I am out of here. So I will talk to you again and again and again and again. I'll talk to you soon. Okay? Now I'm going to click off. Bye-bye.